Hey, what's up everybody? Crapgamer here with Crapgamer Reviews, back with another video. Thank you guys so much for taking time out to check it out. I appreciate it. Please hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't yet done so, because I'd appreciate that as well. And it really helps out the channel, so please do so. I want to talk a little bit about something that happened yesterday, and that is this guy who works for Ubisoft. He tweets out that Sony sells 2 million PS4 consoles this week. And this guy, just so you guys know, his name's Sony, and he's Ubisoft's event specialist in the UK. Now, call me crazy, but first of all, this guy has Gear Solid in his Twitter handle. Second of all, how would this guy be in the know of what Sony sold worldwide? Especially when we know that these companies don't actually know these informations. Even a bigger company than Ubisoft would be EA or Activision, and neither one of those companies have any idea how many consoles have actually been sold as far as the PS4, Xbox One, or Wii U are concerned. They just guesstimate. Whenever they've guessed, especially EA, they're like, well, we guessed this, or we guessed that. It's never 100% sure or anything like that. How in the world would an event specialist know how many worldwide consoles Sony sold? And don't you think that Sony would be the first ones to beat themselves in the chest and brag about that number if that were true? I'm not doubting that they didn't sell a lot of consoles, and the same thing with the Xbox One. You know, obviously it's the holiday, but I do think that it's a little bit disingenuous to kind of trust this, and I do see a lot of Sony fanboys kind of jumping on this like it's the gospel. And his exact tweet says, over 2 million PS4 consoles sold worldwide this week with a day remaining. And then he says that Watch Dogs 2 price promotion effect. You know, Watch Dogs 2 is one of the biggest bombs of this season, this year. I don't understand how anybody could be happy with that, but I do think it's interesting for the fact that people don't believe that there's bias in the industry or in the media or in gamers, you know, because you got a lot of fake neutrals out there who pretend to be gamers on everything when realistically they bought an Xbox One just to trash it and to justify the ability to trash it. But at the end of the day, you have people, even in the industry, who are big time biased fanboys just like anybody else, you know what I mean? And this guy obviously has a bit of that going on as well. Very skeptical of this, to say the least, and I think that anybody with a brain should be skeptical as well, which explains why probably PlayStation 4 fanboys aren't skeptical at all. So you know, you can tell that they don't really have a brain working with or whatever. They just, whatever nonsense from quote-unquote sources or whatever people pull out of their ass, they're just completely happy with, and you know, completely, you know, whatever. They're just okay with it. They just believe whatever it is. If it's positive Sony news, they believe it. You know what I mean? If it's positive Xbox news, they want a blood test proving it. They want a polygraph proving it. They want everything proving it. You know what I mean? And that's, I think, the big difference between Xbox dudes and PlayStation dudes. And it's not while I don't think that Sony does anything good or has anything good, but as far as I'm concerned, it's stuff like this that drives a lot of the hardcore fanboyism, because you got this guy making his comment completely out of his ass, you know, and obviously showing that he's a little bit biased for the PlayStation, which, hey, we all have our preference, but I think it's a little bit unfortunate to go and make these types of claims, unsubstantiated claims, because Sony hasn't commented at all. So anyway, let me know what you guys think. Do you think that Sony sold 2 million consoles in a week worldwide? I don't think so personally, but you never know. I think this is more BS and damage control and companies trying to help Sony out. So let me know what you think. Sound off, comment, rate, subscribe, rack 'em up. As always, thanks for watching, and please hit that like and subscribe button. Crapgamer out.